was on it. And GOW snuffed out early here. How often do you see us being reduced down to 8 squads by the time we get into the 8th minute of the game, man? I mean, it's just so rare, Neptune, these days.
Yeah, most of the time, like, first game, it's slow. Yeah, there's a few early engagement, but most of the time towards this point, we still have 11 teams. Only one team will be eliminated. But how they started it, it's just one team after another, and it was 3 being taken out that easily until that moment that we've seen earlier by Team Heavy. So let's see if that continues right now. T Kui, out of nowhere, being hit by the one and only Dew from AG, and that would start the sniper battle. You know how it is. They do have PLS1, they do have Xbor to be able to spot them out, and if pickup has been done, then they might be able to fire back, but no one's firing back after receiving damage, especially from PE Sports.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, the fun fact that was flashed on your screen just moments ago, PE's LBT had the most eliminations in Phase 2 of the knockout stage at 64, beating even EVOS Russia as well as Diamond from Virtus Pro. I mean, PE Sports really went berserk in Phase 2. That I definitely can say. And they're one of those teams in the next safe zone as well, so they don't really have to travel around too much. Bigatron by Vitality, if anything, will be in trouble with Falcons Fest, depending on this rotation that Falcons will stick to. If they fall on towards the left-hand side of PE Sports, then of course the Vietnamese squad will have to do battle first, giving Vitality, Bigatron by Vitality, a huge advantage.
Yeah, that would depend on what information has been gathered by Liminix 7. I think they are catapulting or jump padding, that is term, a little bit too close, but not on the circle, because they're still on the board. They're still marked by the hit list. But WAG right now trying to get away from AG because they don't have a target. They don't have any vantage points, especially from that higher ground in the tower. But WAG right now might be able to go for the backstab. Dudes cooking that nade, you know how it is. With the one and only Dudes, he might be able to take it, but no! Not so much of damage, but the blue will do its job and force WAG out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The captain of RRQ, absolutely deadly with those grenades. WAG almost got blown to smithereens, but a smart decision to actually back away. Mostly, it was just those deep freezes tossed out by RRQ. I think they're keeping their lethals for a little bit more of a spicier spot. AGAL spotting out WAG, looking for the shots, helping Buriram. Wasana strikes from the back. Can WAG recover? Bigatron, on the other hand, they've got a little bit of company as Falcons flanks in from the right-hand side, catching out Azrael first, breaking down their defenses as well. Pina not making his mistake, waiting for limit. AWM in his hands, but punished from afar. Heavy gets involved as well.
Hell, see though, if they will be able to get away from that, though they lost one player, they still have another to make that dream of getting a few more in terms of points. Do right now, combination of that Riptide Rhythm plus that RGS might be able to go for the takedown, but need to regroup with the team. And I love this game coming from Du. He's not just backing off, he's not just a sniper, but he is part of a team that would be steamrolling everyone across the board.
Yeah, but the fight isn't over just yet for AGL. They bump into RRQ, and this one is unfortunate. They just got out of that fight, and they get burned down to the ground by the Indonesian Giants. RRQ sorts out another puzzle, getting into their first full skirmish and walking away with 4 points off of that. Bigatron up against Heavy on the other hand. They need to focus on not allowing the recovery here by Koja, forcing him outside of the hut. Dix can't get picked up as Wasana takes advantage from afar as well. Heavy 14 elimination strong. We are left with 3 teams, each with 2 players on their side except Heavy.
Let's see though, Mal being taken down by Heavy. A lot of heavy damage. And they didn't even have to pull so much of the glue walls. They do have natural cover on them. Now, Buriram United will be rushing in, goes in for the flank. And not only does he have a Rebel rush, he will be able to get that active skill on. And Wasana managed to break them down. Only one remains. It's Dudes from RQ, and Buriram United will be getting their first booyah in today's match.
Buriram United Esports.
Esports, who would be on the other side of this hill, and position-wise, that is where RRQ would want to be. A little bit safe, a little bit of edge, no potential of a backstab that might be happening, but PE Sports has already beat them to it. So it might be same story from what we've seen earlier, how they pushed against WAG as well as Onyx Olympus. But as we look into Brim United right now, Blue slowly taking them in. A little bit of boost to help them up, and that Steffi, as you called it, is saving a few of those teams inside. Evo, Divine, and GOW, not even damaged by the throw balls.
Amen, brother. You gotta bring in that Steffi, especially for these final circles. If not, you get spent by Asia. Jonah, God nade inside. GOW takes advantage from the back. Jonah gets that one elimination, but now Buriram will have to shut down GOW. They see the opportunity. They take advantage. Wasana on the inside. They pop the Steffi. Jonah with the backup. And the rest of the Buriram squad shutting down GOW, but losing 2 in the process as well. So far outside the circle.
Hell, let's see now. Team Falcons seems like the ones taking over the circle would be the king of the hill as well because of their position, but they need to be careful. Brim United still has Moshi, who might be able to spot them with that sniper, as well as Jonah with the grenade launcher who is available, but it seems like he will be cut short.
No.
Jonah hit that tree. Moshi is able to move in onto PE Sport, but he is still in trouble, hiding away. That is the best that he can do, and PE Sport is not moving an inch as well because they're doing the same thing. They don't want to be hit by RQ on the left and Team Falcons on the right, and they just are forcing each other to fight, and that is when PE Sports might take advantage.
Yeah, PE Sports, they see a victim and an easy take here. Narrow charge buster in a level like this. Does manage to get the shot off. RRQ up against Falcons. Valiant dash in and out. Limit. X7 put down. Pina caught out as well. RRQ not falling to their tricks. And they're just pumping those bullets through each and every single one of those members. But Karoro still alive and kicking, trying to undo this. The pickup is instantaneous. But PE Sports jumps in for the fight, bringing in the monster truck, running down those glue walls. And that removes RRQ from the equation. What a decision made here by the Vietnamese squad. PE secures Booyah number 2.
PE Sports has been in there.
Run by Vitality shut down as well. RRQ still on fire. Ma'al just playing a lot of risk out there. Riptide Rhythm breaking down the defenses, and now looking for the circle as it leaves them high and dry. Still maintaining a good spot on that high ground. Their next contender could just be Buriram. Buriram a little caught up by GOW. WAG taking a shot from afar, putting down a player from the side of GOW. Battles happening all around. Where will Buriram focus fire? Wasana with the RGS 50, a couple of grenades. Jonah cooking it up as well. GOW, do you have a Steffi? They pull out the time turner instead to survive a couple of extra seconds.
Oh yeah, extra second that they need to be able to dominate this game. But Team Heavy will be taken out, and GOW receiving a lot of damage, a lot of pressure from both sides. From low ground as well as a high ground, RQ would want to end this. And 18 Deer, a little bit too aggressive, cord in hand, might be able to mow down anyone, especially if those glue walls from Brim United will be let go, will be cleared out. But with that, they go for that rush, and GOW in trouble.
Yeah, breaking down the defenses. Jonah gets one. Wasana shut down. WAG hitting far from far. RRQ chipping away at them as well. Buriram 3 players down. Wasana all alone. Has to keep his head down. An advantage taken from afar. GOW bodied by RRQ, and RRQ is the biggest winner of that encounter after ambushing all those players from the back. What an advantage taken by the most consistent team out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they do have advantage. They do have visual. The moment they saw Brim United, they just planned it out that quickly on how to approach it. Now, RQ 10 elimination, lost dudes in process, but now 18 Deer, Charge Buster in hand, will try to get a higher ground. As long as they're safe, as long as they have potential of moving in and out of that situation, then they will try to do so. But WAG, Riptide Rhythm, plus M79, it seems like RRQ would be pushed away. and WAG is the team that's doing it.
Yeah, what a nade, bro. What a nade. WAG pelting down RRQ one after the other and removing one of the best grenadiers from the fight. And now another Indonesian contender right in front of them. WAG looking for EVOS themselves. Kochil down on the ground. The pickup is instantaneous. PLS1 pushing on fourth. Tikui looking for the aim with the M79. Grenade launcher. And PLS1 with the M590. Finding the perfect connection. Riptide Rhythm falling short. They can't. Finding the players on the side of Bigatron as well. Falcons from the outside. Dropping in those shots. Garoro gets traded out. But the instantaneous pickup. Falcons focusing on keeping their numbers alive as PE Sports falters up against Heavy.
Bro, in the last 2 minutes, I would say 1 minute, we've seen a lot, 4 if not 5 teams eliminated. That is the threat of having 12 teams in this phase of the circle. Heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Facing heavy damage. Only 3 remains. And GOW
Oh, yeah.
above them. RQ
Oh, yeah.
eliminated by GOW. And there will be a new king of Kalahari by the end of this game. And let's see who will that be.
Yep, and they're also flattening out their brothers from Vietnam. Heavy. Facing heavy losses up against GOW. But did that luck run out? Falcons now aiming for the boys of GOW limit. So managing the deep freeze. Snuck in there. There's a few more HP and he manages to get that knock. RIP all alone in here. Tagged up by Limit as well. A sliver of health left on him. Grenade does not clip him. All thanks to the time turner. But the circle for RIP had the super med. And that's his only lifeline right now.
Let's see if he can still move in because the targets, they are targeting Garoro with a God Nade, ending GOW. AG right now, a little bit distracted by Bremen United, but Falcons have a good chance to go in for the flank. A good backstab might happen with all those hookers activated. Limit 7 with a group into the time turner. They go and VRU backs away. Now pressure from 2 or make that 3 Thailand teams in here, and AG Global is just waiting it out. Good from side rhythm as Bremen United deals with Team Falcons. This might be a chance that AG Global can end this game and grab that. But on the other side, Team Falcons, despite of waiting so much, they spotted Twisted Mind, who's just behind this rock, and one surprise hit that made Twisted Mind falter all throughout. Only 1 remains, but it's not enough of a challenge against Team Falcons, who has 6 eliminations as well as a good chance to recover and probably take that #1 spot by the end of this game.
Falcons now. There's a free point behind the boulder, but just like in any other video games, you always have to check your corners, and these boys don't. They walk past that free pointer, at least for the time being. RRQ up against Heavy before finding this next circle. This is going to be tough. 8 more teams. And there is no real estate here for 8 teams, Neptune, as the circle forces everybody in, and Limit will find that extra point. He looked behind the boulder.
Well, I looked behind the boulder, found 1, spots 1. Now, let's see though if GOW can survive this onslaught that is bound their way. A lot of teams already on them. Evo's on the ground floor. Falcons just good sights on them, and it goes both ways. They have a good chance to take down Team Falcons, especially if those monster truck as well as blue walls would be taken down. Bremen United, I think, are the ones in the safest spot. They're just hiding out, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The same goes with Onyx Olympus, but the Blues closing in. A lot of pressure will be happening in a bit, and Kabi was just sitting right there, not too pretty on his position because he will be stepping into chaos.
Yeah, but from the back. Has to go through EVOS before they can find GOW. But the circle is just going to be placed in a way where everybody's going to bring this down to a little bit of a slower maneuver as they identify what this next zone has for them.
Special for RRQ is very close. 6 points already in the board. Very close to be able to get at or activate the champion rush condition. Now, They are trying to survive even longer, but Team Falcons putting a lot of pressure on them as well. If Roro loves that nade, take them down, then that might be it. But the flag will be onto Onyx, and they are still safe. But Prime, MKS, MA2B, great shot made in deer, and the rush is on. But RRQ is not giving up just yet. They are still on fire to go in for the battle, but it attracted the attention of the other teams like Team Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons now taking a peek down at the bottom, but RRQ barricading their backs with those glue walls, and they eliminate the players on the side of Onyx, but now having to deal with GOW as well, and GOW distracted. It is EWAS from the back, Riptide Rhythm breaking down their defenses, and a double knock comes on through, and GOW says, hasta la vista, we do not want this top flight battle anymore. They choose to keep quiet instead, and Buriram might meet down there at the bottom floor. Wasana all alone as GOW goes in to challenge him.
Let's see though, I mean, Wasana needs to be quiet. Focus is being drawn outside of the compound, and RRQ are feeling it. The only question is, we are seeing one player, but had they done enough to activate that champion rush condition? Otherwise, it would be another run for them, and someone else might be overtaking them. No, am I trying to survive even longer? But that's it for RRQ, taken out, and well, have they been taken down? Now, GOW, good rotation from being pressured by a lot of teams, now in a good spot to move against Team Falcons.
Absolutely, and Buriram falters as well as EWAS with that final nail on the coffin. EWAS needs massive points here, currently only 37 to their side. They want to climb up higher. Riptide Rhythm going wide, but they have got bigger things to worry about as Falcons come flanking in from the right-hand side. Ray moving down halfway to meet them. M18-17 in hand. Bursts to the back. Finds limit. Drops the sniper. Turns around. Pina ends the run of Ray. And EWAS losing two key players to Falcons.
Oh, the same goes for Team Falcons because GOW is steamrolling everyone. A full squad against only the stragglers from two teams. Emo's only one player remains and still putting in a good fight. Rasia, the Wonder Kid, still alive and kicking and managing to get away from GOW, but it won't be that long. Even Team Falcons have one chance to be able to finish them off, but I don't think Limit would be having that opportunity. Shots on him, and GOW